The Rendlesham Forest Incident, UK, 1980. Britain's Roswell or a Misunderstood Mystery. On 3 winter nights in December 1980, a series of extraordinary events unfolded near 2 U.S. Air Force bases in Suffolk, England. What began as an unusual light in the woods quickly escalated into a multi-night investigation involving multiple U.S. military personnel, eyewitness sightings, radiation readings, and a mysterious triangular craft. Today, the Rendlesham Forest incident remains one of the most well-documented and widely debated UFO encounters in history, often called Britain's Roswell. But unlike Roswell, Rendlesham involved dozens of credible military witnesses, including high-ranking officers, and left behind official memos, audio recordings, and physical trace evidence. And unlike many UFO stories, the witnesses have never retracted their claims, instead spending decades trying to uncover what really happened in the woods that cold December. This essay explores the timeline, testimonies, government involvement, skeptical responses, and the enduring significance of the Rendlesham Forest incident, a mystery that, over 40 years later, still sparks both scientific curiosity and conspiracy speculation. Heading: Bentwaters and Woodbridge Bases. The events took place near RAF Bentwaters and RAF Woodbridge, 2 air bases in eastern England leased by the United States Air Force, USAF, during the Cold War. Rendlesham Forest, a dense woodland owned by the UK Forestry Commission, lies between the 2 bases. In 1980, these bases were heavily secured, housing nuclear weapons and advanced aircraft, though their nuclear role was officially denied at the time. The presence of highly trained personnel and advanced radar systems makes the sightings at Rendlesham particularly hard to dismiss. Night 1, December 26, 1980, Strange Lights in the Forest. Around 3 a.m. on December 26, Airman First Class John Burroughs and Staff Sergeant Jim Peniston were on patrol when they noticed strange lights descending into the forest near the east gate of RAF Woodbridge. Believing a small aircraft may have crashed, they and a 3rd airman, Edward Cabansag, entered the forest to investigate. Key observations from Peniston and Burroughs. A metallic, triangular-shaped craft was seen resting on the forest floor. The object emitted blue, red, and white lights. Peniston later claimed he approached and even touched the craft, noting symbols like hieroglyphs on its surface. The object then rose silently into the air and vanished. Peniston claimed he received binary code transmissions from the object, which he later wrote down and decoded as coordinates pointing to ancient sites around the world, a controversial claim made public years later. 2. December 27, heightened alert and surveillance. The base remained on edge. Several personnel reportedly saw strange lights again, and rumors circulated among the airmen. However, this second night remains less documented than the other 2. Underscore 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 underscore. 4. Night 3, December 28, Colonel Halt's investigation. The 3rd night became the most pivotal. Deputy Base Commander Lieutenant Colonel Charles Halt, skeptical of the previous sightings, decided to lead a team into Rendlesham Forest to disprove the reports. Halt's key evidence. A. Audio recording, Halt tape. Halt brought along a cassette recorder and captured over 18 minutes of audio during the investigation. The tape includes real-time descriptions of moving lights, beams of light shooting from above, and increased radiation levels. His voice, calm but alert, notes the team's confusion and the bizarre nature of what they were witnessing. B. Radiation readings. Halt's team brought a Geiger counter and found elevated radiation levels in a triangular pattern on the forest floor where the craft allegedly landed. C. Witnesses. Multiple airmen with him, including Sergeant Monroe Nevels and Sergeant Adrian Bustinza, confirmed seeing beams of light, an orb-like object, and strange movement in the trees. 5. The Halt Memo, a declassified smoking gun. On January 13, 1981, Colonel Halt submitted a written report to the British Ministry of Defence, MOD, titled Unexplained Lights. This memo became the official documentation of the event and was eventually declassified in 1983. Key points from the memo. 3 nights of unusual activity. Physical impressions on the ground and abnormal radiation. Beams of light observed. Multiple credible witnesses. While brief, this document served as official confirmation that the U.S. military took the incident seriously and documented it. Underscore 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 underscore. Underscore 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 underscore. 6. Public revelation and media frenzy. The incident remained relatively quiet until 1983, when a British tabloid obtained the Halt Memo, sparking public and media interest in the Rendlesham Forest UFO. Over the years, dozens of books, documentaries, and talk shows have covered the case. Several key witnesses, most notably Peniston, Burroughs, and Halt, have maintained their testimonies and appeared at public UFO conferences, including in front of former government officials. 7. Explanations and skepticism. Official British government response. The UK Ministry of Defence concluded the incident was of no defence significance and closed the case. Many researchers believe this response was deliberately dismissive to avoid revealing sensitive military secrets. Skeptical theories. A. The Orfordness Lighthouse. Located 5 miles away, its powerful rotating beam could be mistaken for a pulsing light in the forest. Critics argue the light patterns align with the lighthouse's timing. B. Bright stars and meteors. Some suggest the witnesses saw Sirius or bright planets, or experienced optical illusions in the cold air. C. Psychological factors. The power of suggestion, group dynamics, and hypnagogic hallucinations may have played roles. However, these explanations struggle to account for the multiple nights of activity, radiation readings, beams of light, and multiple eyewitnesses with military training. Underscore 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 underscore. 8. Ongoing investigations and developments. Burroughs' medical case. John Burroughs later developed serious health problems he attributed to radiation exposure during the encounter. In 2015, he won a legal battle for veteran medical benefits, supported by a classified document indicating the U.S. government had acknowledged anomalous energy exposure. Halt's 2010 affidavit. Charles Halt signed a notarized affidavit reaffirming his account and accusing the US and UK governments of a cover-up. He has maintained that UFOs were observed and monitored over the bases, including beams directed at weapons storage areas. Underscore 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 underscore. 9. Cultural and scientific significance. The Rendlesham Forest incident is now considered a benchmark case for the following reasons. Multiple credible witnesses. Official documentation. Physical evidence. Audio recording. Psychological and physical effects. It continues to be studied not only by UFO researchers but also by psychologists, military historians, and government watchdogs. Underscore 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 underscore. 10. Conclusion. What really happened in the forest? The Rendlesham Forest incident remains unexplained and one of the most credible UFO cases in modern history. It presents a compelling mix of credible, consistent eyewitness testimony. Physical evidence. Military documentation. Government denials and inconsistencies. Skeptics may offer rational alternatives, but the case has never been definitively debunked. For believers, it represents powerful proof that something not of this world briefly touched down on Earth. For skeptics, it's a fascinating study in perception, fear, and group psychology. Either way, the truth may still lie hidden in the classified archives of the US or British military, waiting to be revealed.